Hey, this is TC McCarthy. Look, there's something in the universe that is pulling our galaxy toward it inexorably. We're headed toward it, and some astronomers think it might be a mega massive black hole. Other astronomers are just shrugging, saying, we don't know what it is. But really, you need to go out and prepare for this, because I'm just kidding. That is happening, but you don't need to go out and prepare about it. Prepare for it. It's going to take quite some time. It's this thing called the Great Attractor. Stay tuned to find out what the Great Attractor is. You've tuned in to TC McCarthy, the most handsome and entertaining science fiction author on video. Hey, thanks for tuning in again. Don't forget to pre-order my book. Pew! I did a video here explaining why that's so important. Today we're going to be talking about something called the Great Attractor, which is a force that we're not really sure what it is, but it's pulling a lot of things in toward it, including our galaxy, the Milky Way. It's massive. What is the Great Attractor? It's massive. It's massive and unrelenting. And in previous years, it was a complete mystery. It's still a mystery. We've learned some things about it, but it's still a mystery. And it was first discovered back in the 1970s. Now, why don't we know so much about this thing? The Great Attractor is this spot in the universe that basically it's something that is essentially drawing our galaxy toward it. And why don't we know more about it? Is it a mega massive black hole? Is it something else? Is it an alien spacecraft sucking up galaxies? We don't know anything about it because it occupies this area of space that's called the zone of avoidance. Look, we're in a galaxy. The galaxy is called the Milky Way. And if you think of the Milky Way as a dish, right? We're sitting on that dish. If we're looking up off the dish, we can see a whole bunch of stuff. If we're looking down off the bottom of the dish, we can see a whole bunch of stuff. If we look away toward outside the edge of the dish, we can see a whole bunch of stuff. But if you're sitting inside that dish and you're trying to look through the dish, straight sideways through, you're not going to be able to see that much. And that's why it's called the zone of avoidance. It's not that we're trying to avoid anything. It's just that we're trying to look through the galaxy itself, and all that light gets in the way, all those stars get in the way. It's very difficult to see anything if you're trying to look through that orientation. Now, X-ray astronomy and a couple of other fields have really helped with that. So we're no longer talking about optical astronomy as being our only tool. X-rays really help out. And so we're starting to learn more and more about what lies in that direction through our own galaxy. And this is where it starts to get really, really, really not so interesting. Sometimes I don't like scientists because they explain too much, and I'd like to still think of things as a mystery. Are we probably hurtling toward a massive black hole that's going to eat us? Well, maybe some other black hole somewhere else, but probably not the Great Attractor. What scientists think is that basically we're all part of this what's called a hierarchical structure. And if you look around at the different galaxies, there are massive galaxies compared to ours. There are smaller galaxies compared to ours. And then there are things that look like clusters of galaxies. And so you get these different structures, right? Where single galaxies band together to form clusters of galaxies, and then you get clusters of those clusters. If you see what I'm saying, most likely what's going on here is that it's not a thing that's sucking us in, it's a place. It's related to us being part of some sort of bigger clockwork that is our universe, and related to gravity and other forces pulling galaxies together, etc. We're headed toward a place. We're not headed towards the jaws of a giant spacecraft gobbling up stars and people, right? So it's not as interesting as it once was back in the 70s. And like I said, scientists have a way of basically destroying our dreams and our fantasies. But there it is. Great Attractor, interesting thing, very, very weird and spooky, as space often is, but we're going to be just fine. Anyway, thanks for watching. Look, again, my book comes out on July 2nd. Buy it, please. Pre-order it now. Tiger Burning is the title. End transmission. Hey, TC McCarthy here, the most eclectic and entertaining science fiction author on YouTube, maybe even the internet. Thanks for watching this video. I really appreciate you guys tuning in. As usual, buy my books. I've got a new one coming out in July, and I'll have a giveaway coming up soon, so stay tuned for that. Appreciate you subscribing to my channel, and please, 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 please don't forget to click that little bell icon so that whenever I upload new content, you get notified. Thanks again. See you soon.